Gotta do it for yourself and kicking bars since you were young. Lions on your kit, but you've been playing since a cub. When you're stepping on the pitch, you know you gotta...
El Dasari with the winner. Saudi Arabia pull off one of the biggest, maybe the biggest shock we'll get in the entire FIFA World Cup. What a moment. What a victory. What an astounding game of football. We have just had the privilege, the absolute privilege to watch, to experience, to feel, to digest. Absolutely sensational. Beyond belief, sensational. To a man, Saudi Arabia deserved it. I don't care they only have 3 shots on goal to the 13-14 of Argentina. The difference in class, the difference in prowess, the difference in experience. One team has got the proposed GOAT on it, but Messi and Argentina flop. Messi and Argentina outplayed, outclassed, outmaneuvered today by ranked number 53 in the world, Saudi Arabia. The passion in the performance from the Saudis was absolutely next level. Every tackle, every save, every clearance, cheered, hollered, supported to within an inch of their lives. It was everything that sport, and isolated to sport only, is about. Those men on that pitch, what they gave today to win was nothing short of spectacular. And let's add this in now. Against a team, by the way, in Argentina. In Argentina, who are unbeaten in 36 games, that many see as the eventual champions of the FIFA 2022 World Cup. This is massive. It doesn't mean Argentina are going to go out. It doesn't mean Argentina can't win it. Certainly shows their manager made some big mistakes today. Firstly, you do not leave the best centre-back in Argentina on the bench, in Lisandro Martinez. Equally, they did cut the Saudis open. There was a lot of space at times, but keeping themselves on side was nigh on impossible for Argentina. But what really stood out to me today was the physical element. Physically, the Saudis could run faster, and they had more power. They had more meat. They had more aggression. And that really shone through. And in the second half, Saudi Arabia came out, and that 5-minute spell with a good goal, of course, to start with from Al Shahiri, and then Salman, I want to pronounce his name right and be very respectful, Salman Al Dasari, with an absolute screamer, the pick of the bunch into the top corner. And I'm going to be honest with you, from that moment, I felt they were going to win. They were just winning those last-ditch tackles. Every time you thought maybe Argentina would score, there was a last-ditch tackle or a block on the ball from who I thought was man of the match, by the way, today in, I think it's pronounced Tambakti, at the back, the centre-back. Absolutely astounding. The goalkeeper as well, out of this world. It was just an absolute sensational performance. And as we all said yesterday, there are some teams in this World Cup that we might look at as whipping boys, but you have to play. England played a much better team in Iran yesterday, much better team on paper, a much better team in terms of recent success, and smashed them 6-2. The RGs turned up today, and they got done. They got absolutely done, cooked, put in a spliff, battered, destroyed. Humbling, an embarrassing day for Lionel Messi. Embarrassing day for Argentina. It really was. Let's go to some of your comments here. Azota says, that's why I love the game. Messi will be in the shadows of the great Argentina. Listen, it was an awful performance from Messi. I know he scored his penalty, but for me, I just didn't see him. I don't know. I expected so much more from him, especially in that second half. But equally, this is 34, 35. What is he, 34, 35 years old now? What is he? I don't even know. 35 years of age. Everyone slows down. This isn't Messi that we saw at the last World Cup. This isn't Messi from 2014. This is 35-year-old Lionel Messi. Yes, a GOAT of the game. In many people's eyes, the greatest ever. But I think you saw his age today a little bit as well. Those Saudi players, they were on it. A little bit younger, a little bit fresher, working hard. They did well. So proud of my Saudi brothers. Put the Egypt flag up there. Yes, is what Omar has got to say here. And I listen, a lot of people are going to be proud of what Saudi did today. And from a sports point of view, And listen, I've said already, I'm not getting into the politics of any of this. I'm looking at this as 11 men v 11 men in a game of sport. I love seeing this. I love seeing the underdogs win. I love seeing passion and desire triumph because that's what got them through today. Their brilliant ability on the ball at times, great goal to win it. Can't take that away from them. But what got them through is that desire to stay in position, that passion and tenacity to ensure they kept on working until the last minute. If they stop working, they can see goals. They don't win this game, and they've created history. They have created history. One of the greatest victories in the history of the FIFA World Cup. Facts, point blank, can't get away from it. Smoking that Argentinian Pac Di Maria washed. He didn't look very good at all, and they're gonna have to make some changes when it comes to the next game. You look at the players that came off on the bench, like Enzo Fernandez. For many people, should be starting. Lisandro Martinez should be starting this game, and I think that they need to make some big changes moving forward. They really do. The Saudis were at war today. They did go to war today, and they fought with every ounce of their fiber, every ounce of their beings, and they were great. They were great. To a man, they were great. That's all I can say. Make sure the like button is being smashed, people. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Have that Terry Flewers, you big team loving fool. Get up here. We all smoking on Leah's here. Just ain't easy. I mean, you say you big team loving fool. I literally said before you tweeted that. This is what I love the most. If you've watched the Terrace long enough, my friend, you know I love an underdog victory. You know I love an underdog to win, just not against my team. I don't want the Saudis or the Iranians or the Welsh or the Americans. I don't want these small teams, small footballing nations to beat my team. I want to see them beat everybody else. Relax yourself, bro. This is what we love. This is what we love. And there is a new video coming out. You're right, Terry, a new video. Saudi Arabia scare me. Love that. Love to see it, my people. Tell you what a great performance it was from England yesterday. Iran and Saudi Arabia aren't that far away from footballing ability with one another. And I agree. I completely agree. Mexico and Poland are going to beat Argentina by Messi. Listen, a lot of people have built this World Cup up as maybe the final decider in who gets the GOAT crown. If Ronaldo and Portugal managed to get themselves to quarters or to semis or a final, and Messi was to go out in the group stages, we will be crowning Cristiano Ronaldo the greatest footballer of all time. I think that has to happen. But listen, they can still win it from here. They can still win it from here. There's no doubt about it. That tackle on Messi outside the box was insane. I thought he just got into the box. But you're right. I don't know what minute that was in. It must have been around about the 60th minute. He was going through on goal. You think, that was short-lived. And bang, the tackle was made. And that set the tone for the remainder of the game. That was almost the epitome of the performance from Saudi Arabia. Absolutely sensational. Sensational. I'm not Saudi, but I'm proud of them. I'm very proud of that performance. I blame Spurs for this result. Romero, garbage.
I'm not going to speak about Tottenham.
I can't speak about Tottenham at the moment. I can't do it. I'm having a break. Stop overreacting. Let me just say this, my friend. There's no overreaction to what we've just seen, barring burning a city down. There should be pandemonium right now. This is a one-off tournament. Most games are one-offs. There's no 2 second legs. It's only 14 games in. Let's wait and see what happens by the end. Saudi Arabia aren't winning this tournament. Very unlikely. This is their final. A nation with their footballing prowess, background, and the level they're at, this is their final. There is no overreaction. Celebrate. Long into the night. I know most Saudis are of the Islamic faith, so they're not going to be drinking into the night. But listen, eat some good food, party with friends and family, smoke that shisha, whatever it is you do for fun, my friend. Go and get it done. Go and have fun. Don't listen to this guy here. There's no overreaction to this. Party Central. Party Central in Saudi today. You know what I mean? Lower those petrol prices. It's celebration. Sell the barrels cheaper for a day, one day. Do it for us, please. Do it for us, please. There we go. There we go. Wow, Saudi Arabia, what a performance is what Gus has got to say. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Gus. This here says Romero fraud, back free tax at Spurs. Um, again, as I say,
I can't talk about Tottenham. I'm not allowed.
it's done. I can't even share my real voice when it comes to Tottenham. I'm scared of having my address put out on the internet or something like that. I really am. They come for me, these people. Ronaldo could never lose to Saudi Arabia. Well, I don't know. I don't know. There is a conspiracy going around, though. Messi's paid millions of pounds a year by the Saudis to be an ambassador. I'm just saying, maybe we just saw Messi pick up a bag. I'm joking. He didn't. It's a joke. It's a joke. You don't know, though. You never know. Spain won the World Cup when they lost their first game. Absolutely. I said at the top of the video, go back and watch the top of the video. This doesn't mean Argentina can't win it, but it does mean they got to improve. It does mean they need more tenacity. It does mean they need more passion. It does mean they need more power. It does mean they got to work harder. That is what it means. Absolutely. If Ronaldo lost, the disrespect would be crazy. Love and jealousy at the same time. That's what hate is. That is what hate is. I hear you there, TBG. KJ's joining me now to have his say on this game as well. KJ, what game? What game?
Hey, this is why we love the World Cup. This is why we love football. This is why we love international tournaments, because results like this don't happen regularly. But only every 4 years can something mad like this happen, and I love it. Absolutely brilliant game from Saudi Arabia. Fully deserved. Their defending was on point. Funny enough, they had 3 shots, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Like, they did the job. They didn't need to do tiki-taka. They didn't need to bang down the door. They had 2 excellent, well-taken goals. The first one, what a finish. Beautiful finish. And the second one is up there as one of the goals of the tournament already, because the way that he took that ball, yeah, he may have like it bubbled around, but he took it, it turned, took on a guy, whipped it top bins. Nah. That goal in Saudi Arabia will be probably the greatest goal that they've scored in international football. Like that team now can go home as heroes. They may or may not get through to the next round, but for different countries, the standard is different. The expectation is different. So for what they've done, this is a victory for them. Not only just in the game itself, they actually won, but in terms of the folklore of their country, this has to be an amazing moment. And everyone in that country will be amazing. That team can go back as heroes. Like, it's a beautiful thing to see. And the fact that even as the time the game went on, there was defending well. There was an amazing save from the goalkeeper, amazing tackle from one of the defenders. It was just a beautiful game to see. And hey, man, like, give props to them. This is what we want to come and see. And Argentina, you got to look at yourselves. They have to look at themselves and what do we change? They had 4 players on that pitch who are 34 and above. It may be in past World Cups or past international tournaments, you can get away with having more older players, more older statesmen in the team. But it's 2022. These younger players now are fit. You know what I mean? They are very, very fit. The way the game is played is at a faster pace. You can't have Papu Gomez in 2022, Di Maria in 2022, flipping up in Otamendi in 2022, and Messi in 2022, all on the same pitch. You have Messi, who gets in the team, hands down, no matter what. And you got to build a younger, faster team around him. So all he has to do is ping passes, is show up occasionally to get the goals and get an assist. But as soon as the pressure is on, everyone's like, okay, it's Messi time. And it's just like, well, what about the team? Like, the team around him ain't conducive. You know what I mean? Like you had DePaul and Paredes doing whatever in the midfield. And you've got old man Di Maria stinking out the gaff. Like, they need to use some of their younger players now. It's now time to start transitioning into the new time.
I think you're right. And listen, it's one game. I'm not going to get carried away. They could turn up in the next game and look on fire and look brilliant. But there's a few teams, like a lot of the Portuguese fans are talking about that with Ronaldo almost. We know what he's done in the past, but is his presence now holding us back? As you mentioned, that Gomez is Messi, still Messi, but Di Maria's just that little bit older. You mentioned Otamendi at the back, playing him over Lisandro Martinez, who's been one of the best centre backs in the world for the past couple of years. It's ridiculous. And these tournaments come around once every 4 years. And to sort of start your first game in this way. Look, maybe you'll change it in the next match and there'll be a big improvement. But a big wake up call for Argentina. Nevertheless, I wanted to get your take on people sort of saying that people should calm down and don't overreact. Like Saudi, calm, it's one game type thing. Like Saudi Arabia should celebrate this until long into the night and probably for the rest of the tournament, shouldn't they? Really?
Listen, this comes around every 4 years. So why should I? It's not the Premier League where week in, week out, I'll see a game. It's not even the Champions League where every year I will see the Champions League. This comes around every 4 years. Why should anyone, Saudi Arabian fans or not, be told to calm down and take this tournament so seriously that you can't celebrate anything until the World Cup is lifted? What's the point of having an international tournament? May as well just have it behind closed doors and just have a good time. Because these are not just about winning the trophy. It's about having a good time, celebrating football. It's called the Festival of Football for a reason, because it's celebrating the sport. Everyone from all different countries coming together to watch the game that we all love. Why shouldn't people have fun? Why shouldn't people enjoy the moment they're in and celebrate the team that they won? Team if they won. Why can't countries celebrate even if they lose a goal? Because how many countries can say they've scored goals in the World Cup?
But social media has done this to people because it's their way of playing down teams winning that they don't like, or a manager winning games who they don't want at their club, or why are you celebrating winning 3 on the bounce? You remember once when Man United, like we were 20 points of the top 4 and we went on a brilliant run and we were still in the same place in 6th, but we closed the gap to like a couple of points and everyone's like, well, why are you happy? Because my team's improving. My team's won games. I'm going to be happy. It's become like a thing now where we try and play down and try and take the happiness out of football. These are the same mother who will turn around and say, football's an entertainment. I don't like this manager or that player because I like to be entertained. But yet when people are entertained and they celebrate, they say, no, calm down. It's just killjoys. And I just say to everybody out there, go and enjoy yourselves. A few people in the comments are saying that Otamendi, he has been good for Benfica. A lot of people saying Otamendi at the moment is better than Sandro Martinez. I reject that notion entirely. He is not better in 2022 than Otamendi. Not in my personal opinion, but that's just me personally. Lee Gunner. Yeah, listen, I call Lee Gunner out on it. Lee Gunner is absolutely wrong to tell fans to not celebrate winning games. Because then you break it down. That means you don't celebrate great tackles or great saves or being awarded penalties or even scoring goals in matches. Therefore, there's no point of even being excited to go to a game.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you can't celebrate a win and then you work it backwards, it means there's no element of football that's enjoyable or exciting until you win the trophy. It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
No sense at all. You've got to enjoy these moments. Who knows? Saudi might get slapped up in the next 2 games, and this was their greatest moment of the tournament. Imagine every Saudi going, listen, you will be quiet. You will sit down and shut up. You don't celebrate. We have to win the next 2 games, and then I'll let you. That's just mad. No one's going to do that. Enjoy yourselves. Absolutely enjoy it yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy the game, man. That's what it's here for. That's why we love it.
Ike here said, I said before the World Cup, no one listened to... no one listened. A defense of Martinez and Romero won't win you the World Cup. No Nigeria, no party. ESPN can stop deriding now. I will say that, by the way, if this was Ronaldo, if Ronaldo's team had been beaten today, there'd be a lot of people coming for. If Portugal got beat, there'd be a lot of people coming for Ronaldo. Do you think Messi's going to suffer the same thing online with people questioning his age and his ability and should he really?
Nah, I don't think they will. Because the main thing is Messi's play style has never really relied on pace and power. You know what I mean? His play style is conducive with a long-term thing. Because Ronaldo's play style has pretty much been pace, power. Like now that he's 30, going on 38, it's gone. So people will it highlighted so much more because his main attributes are gone. And like now you've got a guy who can score goals, but when you're asking him to turn over the defense, he can't do it as quickly as Messi. You know what I mean? And even Messi now is looking slow. You know what I mean? Like, so it won't be the same kind of criticism, but we should have the conversation. I think everyone should have the conversation about Ronaldo and Messi and about their age and accept the fact, like, listen, they can't play this sport forever. They can't. They can't play this sport at the level that they did for how many years because it was freakish. They are human. So just literally everyone, just enjoy what they have left. Just do that. Just try your best.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
please.
I completely agree with you. This is an interesting comment that says could have used Garnacho in this match. Yes,
Yeah.
they again, and there may be other young Argentinians that I'm unfamiliar with because I would never profess to be an encyclopedia of football. But they could have done with some youthful exuberance with great skill that can go inside and outside in that last 20 minutes. And there was a lot of space, by the way. There was a lot of space, but the reason that the Saudis could close it down is because there weren't a lot of legs. Like Lautaro Martinez is young, but the man has got no athleticism. The guy, none. Absolutely zero. Super chat here says, I guess Higuain was never the problem. Can't stop grinning right now. Only bitter souls would be policing the win right now. CR7 is the
Or
goat.
when Ronaldo loses in his first game as well, they'll be like, neither of them the GOAT. It's Pele. Pele is the GOAT. You know what I mean?
But right now, it's Saka and Rashford, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Saka and Rashford right now. The is that atrocious to say?
Yeah,
Atrocious lack of pace for Argentina will cost them. No pace in the midfield. Attack, everyone will play a higher line against them now. No pace on the bench.
No, I don't think that's true. Not everyone can execute the high line as well as Saudi Arabia did today. They couldn't even do this again. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very risky thing that they did. It worked today. Teams are not going to think, oh, now they definitely have a reason to now like play the high line against Argentina. It's just it's one of those ones. They do need more pace, but the high line thing against them will not work every time. Like,
yeah. Look, but they do have a lack of pace, and I was saying last night on the terrace that I think in 2022 you need good technical ability, but you need that P&P in your team. You need that mixture of the two things together to win this World Cup, and we've got to wait to see everybody play. But so far, watching the Netherlands and watching Argentina, I'm not saying they can't win it. I'm saying right now, I'm not convinced. Does that make sense? Because I need to see more. But that's what the group stages are for. Don't enjoy the first date, first dance, first kiss, first night together. None of it can be celebrated until the day you get married. Liga.
and then even if you're married, you can't celebrate that because you could get divorced.
You could get divorced one day.
Until you die.
Yeah, until you're like 92, you've lived a long life together. But we've been married 17 years. Yeah, but one of us could die young. So don't celebrate it just yet. Like, you can't live like that. It's such a morbid. I've got a friend who does that with his birthdays. And literally, he said to me once, yeah, I don't celebrate my birthdays. Why? And his words were, this was a 21-year-old, because you're 1 year closer to dying. And I'm like, bruv, I can't live like that. I can't live. By the way, viewers, let's get that like button smashed. If we hit 500 likes while we are live, we will give away some free memberships to you, the Football Terrace community. So make sure you get that done. My grandma can play a high line against that. Then, mate, is what Red Square is about to say. Colleen, that's the guy that you claim does his talking on the pitch. Well, Colleen's obviously not here, but Colleen made that happen.
She was chatting.
Colleen was at fault for that. Colleen is 110% at fault for Pessi losing the game today. Samuel's going to join us on the show just now to have his say. What are you saying, Samuel?
Sorry, I just had to take a break from work and just speak on this a little bit. Brilliant result by Saudi Arabia. Brilliant result. I think they showed Qatar how it's done. Because if you look at the performance from Qatar and then look at the performance from Saudi Arabia, it's night and day. You can tell that Saudi Arabia are actually well coached. They stuck to their game plan. The offside trap that they were making in like the first half was brilliant. I mean, Saudi Arabia played out of their skins. They knew what they needed to do. Argentina looked just toothless. A lot like Netherlands. They just look weak. But I'm not gonna actually.
Man got caught. He got caught taking a break. He's good.
I was gonna get back to work.
And did he get sacked? Did he get sacked?
No, I didn't get.
Good.
No, somebody from the neighborhood said that if I could come in because I was talking, they saw I was talking, so I was just like, nah, it's all right, don't worry about it. But no, so just to round off, one thing about Saudi Arabia that I liked about them is that they didn't try to do anything different. from because some teams, they will come into the tournament and try to play football, and it's just like you don't have the players for it. You don't actually have the players for it. With Saudi Arabia, they start to their game plan. At a point I saw like nine guys along the back line at one point. So it was. Listen, this is what the World Cup is about, and for Argentina, it is a bad loss. That's humiliating and it's embarrassing. 100%. Spain lost their first game in the 2010 World Cup against Switzerland. They went on to win it. I think Argentina lost their first game in the 1990 World Cup, and they went to the final of that World Cup, I believe. It's not over for Argentina, but it is bad. It's quite bad.
Yeah. No one here is saying they have no chance to get through. They have no chance to get to the final. There's no chance they can win it. It's just like you said, it's just a bad look. It's just a bad look. There are some changes that need to be made, in my opinion, but it's not changes that are so drastic that they have to scrap everything and start again. Like, no, just change a couple of players out. Go again against who have got in their group, Poland and Mexico. Go out against them, get the wins they need, and then it'll be fine. You just keep on rolling.
100%.
Yeah, I think what's really good about it, it makes this game now between Poland and Mexico even more exciting, because they'll look at this now as a great opportunity to win the group. Because I think both those teams will still fancy themselves against Saudi Arabia. They may still fancy themselves. So it changes the dynamic of this game, which maybe was going to be set up to be a bit of a bore, a bit of a let's try and get a draw or not lose. We've seen that a lot. Saw that with America and Wales. We saw that with Senegal and the Netherlands. It was almost, there's certain games and clashes where it's right, let's try not to lose. Now there's an incentive to go out there and get the win. You get the win, you've got those 3 points. You win today, Mexico or Poland, and then you're likely to beat Saudi Arabia, even though they won today. And suddenly you find yourselves in the knockout stages of the World Cup. So it's thrown this group wide open and makes it really exciting. So yeah, can't wait.
And as you said, with Argentina, the next game is a must win. They have to win, otherwise this their tournament done. And also for Saudi Arabia, they have a good chance to qualify now because of that win. They have a very good chance to qualify. So it's all in perspective. But Argentina fans, don't worry too much. You still got a chance. So yeah, just relax.
No, they do. Listen, Samuel, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. I appreciate it, bro. Top man. Thank you, brother. Top man. They definitely still have a chance. Their next game, though, they play Mexico next. So they end their. I want to see them play today, but Mexico next. Then they have Poland. It's must win, because drop points against Mexico, and they could find themselves then in real. But it makes it. What's nice?
Not even drop points, Terry. If they lose, they're gone. You know what I mean?
Very likely, very likely. But for me, I like the jeopardy that is added already to the group. It's already added the only group I don't want jeopardy in for the big team is England. Every other group, I want there to be, like, I want Australia to take points off France today. I want that to happen. It makes things more exciting. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Super Chat here says, is it just me or the refs are way too harsh on Saudi Arabia with yellows and the added time? So the yellows are the yellows. The added time's interesting. So the added time essentially is a protocol where they're saying any time wasting, all subs, all goals, we are adding the appropriate time on. I like it. And I'll tell you why I like it. For the first time ever in football, we're seeing the appropriate time added on. And what I mean by that is FIFA laws state that every substitution made should add 30 seconds of time on. So if both teams make 4 subs each, that's 4 minutes without a ball being out of play. If there's a goal scored, there was 2 in that second half, that's a minute of time added on each time. So if there's 2 goals in a half and 8 substitutions, that's 6 minutes without any injury time. And football, for me, they never add enough. Football never adds enough. And how we know this, if you calculate most football matches, the ball's only in play for 60 minutes of the game. So that 30 minutes goes to waste. And I like it because you get to the 89th minute, and suddenly there's 8, 9, 10 minutes added on. There's no point in time wasting now because you're just going to be more tired in that injury time. Stop the time wasting, get on with the game and move on. I like it. And what they're also doing is the amount of times in injury time you see like 4 minutes added on, and then a player goes down injured for a minute and a half of it, and they might add 20 seconds on. They're adding the whole thing back on. This is how football should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it should. Like, look, from the moment I saw that stat of you only actually get in-game football for 60 minutes on average per game, I was like, you know what, yeah, it's a fraud. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they're adding the minutes on. It's deserved to be added on. We get as close to 90 minutes as possible. Stops people from time wasting. Because even when my own team does it, say if we're winning 2-1, and then it's like the 23rd minute, and then the 23rd minute, the 93rd minute, we've got another minute left, and my players rolling around. And bruv, stop wasting time. Like, get up. You know what I mean? The quicker the quicker you get up, the quicker the game's over. So yeah, I agree with that. And also, we do need to in football though, we need to sort out what's happening with head injuries. Because that's 2 times now where head injuries have been very like questionably sorted out. You had the goalkeeper for Iran yesterday, and today the ref not believing the player being knocked in the head by the goalkeeper. And yeah, like playing on, having a good 10 seconds, 20 seconds of game before actually realizing, oh wait, no, this guy is actually down. So we do need to look at how we treat head injuries right now, because we're getting better, but like there's still more in these to be done. And I'm glad that player's okay as well, because that was a nasty hit.
Yeah, that looked like it could have been poor, and yeah, they've got to do more to protect them and just make those decisions. You know, even if it's a temporary substitution, it's something for those head injuries to enable, like, get a new goalie on or get a new player on, do the assessment. If they go, listen, you can break your nose and carry on. A broken nose doesn't mean you're gonna have concussion. Generally, though, like in the short term, a broken nose is probably harder to play with because often you can't breathe, can't see. Like it really ruins you, no doubt. A new FIFA rule. I lost it here. Where's it gone? 90 minutes played, added time wasted plus injuries to be added back. Yeah, and it shows how much time gets wasted, and it doesn't really work. I'm not a fan of time wasting as a general rule anyway, because I feel like you actually only mount more pressure on your team. It winds people up. The pressure in the stadium increases. Just play the game. And the crazy part about time wasting is that you've also got time to score another goal yourselves. Look at Brentford in the final Premier League game of the season. For them, if they'd have just all sat back and not tried to counter, they wouldn't have won the game. So it's definitely an important thing to get out there and do. How dare you bench Lissandro Martinez? Yeah, listen, it was.
All I was saying is, for a Man United fan, selfishly, I'm glad he didn't start today, because he doesn't have those 2 goals on his CV. You know what I mean? They were fine.
Yeah, he didn't lose. It was a draw when he came on. It was a draw when Lissandro played. So, look, I agree. I agree to that point. I don't really want to see any man. Listen, I'd rather give Rashford 10 minutes every game so he's fresh till the season starts. I'm really selfish as a Man United fan on that. 45 minutes of football don't exist. Neither does a game finishing in 90 minutes. Makes no sense. The offside graphics are a lot better than drawing lines. They are, but they need to get them up quicker. I want them to get that. I want the tech to be as quick as Hawkeye in tennis, or the same thing in cricket, where it's almost instant. Hawkeye in tennis is so quick. I want it that quickly.
Or imagine if they do the whole put it on the screen and everyone's doing the for the offside. I would love that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it would look very, very good as well.
Terry, before we end up, what would you do with this Argentina team after this result? Like, what changes would you make?
Lissandro would come in for me. Endo Fernandez would come in. I'm not going to pretend to be an absolute expert on all their players. I'm not going to sit there and do that. But they need to take they need to add a little bit more youth and a little bit more to the team. And they need more aggression in their play. That is, for me, what they've got to do. But before we move on, we have a special treat for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Greedy Terry. I am greedy. I'm very greedy. I like starters. I like mains. I like dessert. And then an afters. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? Like, every time. We've got a very special treat for everyone on the terrace today. Safe is back. He looks like he's in a jumpsuit suit in an American prison as well. Oh, it's a Man United kit. What you saying, Safe?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What do you want to say? Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fine. What do you want to say, bro?
Bro, I'm going to say that I'm going to win the World Cup.
Are we? How? Tell me why.
Because Saka plays like Ronaldo. He's as good as Ronaldo. His dribbling wise, his output source. We have a left back, Luke Shaw, that plays like Roberto Carlos. We have a striker number 9, Harry Kane, that he plays as the Brazilian Ronaldo. So the World Cup is coming home. We were unlucky against Italy in the Euros because we outclassed Italy, but Italy scored a goal on their side back, and we lost on penalties. Croatia, we were unlucky, so it's coming home.
So you're basically saying we are as good as prime Brazil, is what you're saying?
Yes, England play like Brazilian football in the 80s. Look at the skill set. So Argentina couldn't even beat Saudi Arabia today. That's embarrassing. And England slapped Iran 6-2.
Who couldn't beat Saudi today? Brazil?
No, Argentina, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Saudi Arabia won 2-1.
They're similar countries, yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, come on, man. It's coming home, Terry.
It's coming home. I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Say. Thank you for calling in, my friend. I do appreciate it, buddy. Top man. Thank you. Thank you. And everyone that's tuned in today, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. We're back later today with more content for you, so keep your eyes out for the match reaction shows. I am trying to find space to put in normal content, but there ain't no time right now. It's like 10 a.m. the first game kicks off. I'm like, rah. I literally only got home from the studio last night at like 1 a.m. and then I'm up to watch more football. But please smash the like button before you go. Please subscribe to the Football Terrace. We'll start sharing the links out for more of these shows as well. I'm going to add a little graphic that's going to put just telling you how to get the links up on the screen so you guys know what to do. Want to start getting more and more fan opinions on this brilliant World Cup. But until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see all of you again very, very soon. Thank you.